Good morning and welcome to week 2 of the Summer Intervention Program. Today we will be going over what the next 2 days worth of work will look like, days 6th and 7th, which is Monday, July 13th and Tuesday, July 14th. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out through email. Our emails are located here, and it's as easy as clicking the link, and it'll shoot you to your email so you can send us one. Each day we will be holding Google Meets, so you'll just click on the link that goes along with the time that your group is meeting. The Google Meets purpose are to check in with you to make sure that you are set up for success for the day, you know what you'll need to accomplish, and then you can go ahead and continue watching the screencast. So again, this is for days 6th and 7th, which is Monday, July 13th, and Tuesday, July 14th. And these are for the people that chose the teacher-assigned tasks, not for the Summer Passion Project. So again, when you filled out the reading inventory form, if you chose the teacher-assigned tasks, you're on the right screencast that you should be watching. So this week will be all about nonfiction reading. And for the next 2 days, we're going to focus on determining important versus interesting facts. A lot of time articles can become overwhelming because we're not exactly sure what the author wants us is trying to get across, because there could be a mix of those important facts that we really need to take away to get us to the main idea and the key details, versus just interesting facts that they trickle in that pique our interest or that really fascinate us. So today we're going to be looking at an article, one that I've chosen myself, and then one that I would like you to look at. And basically what's going to happen is that in your Newsella account, you're going to see that you have an article in your binder. It's Beyonce drops surprise single, Black Parade on Juneteenth. You're going to be reading that, and you're going to be practicing the strategy that I'm going to be showing you in just a second. Then what's going to happen is you're going to complete the ELA task on slide 11, which is the last slide. And that's going to sort out the interesting versus the important facts, which I'll be showing and modeling to you in just a second. And the last thing that we want you to do is we want you to complete the quiz for the article on Newsella after you've sorted your interesting and important facts. So I've chosen an article about ultraviolet light and how it affects your skin. And I've already started to go on and read it, but I'm going to backtrack and read some of it for you and show you how to sort out or determine what's interesting versus what's important. The whole reason for this is that the important facts give us the main idea and the key details that we want to take away from the article. Again, the interesting facts, not that they aren't important, but they're usually things that fascinate us, but they may not connect to what's the biggest takeaway from the article. Watch as I determine between interesting and important. So here's the article on Newsella, and what I've done is I've also linked it just in case you want to take a look at it too. So it's called How Ultraviolet Light Affects Your Skin. I'm really interested in this because, one, I'm outside in the sun a lot, whether I'm working out, whether I'm going for a walk, a hike, or I'm such a beach bum. I love to be on the beach. But now that I've gotten older, I've realized how much the sun can really affect your skin. So this article, just by the title, really piqued my interest in the sense of what exactly is happening, because it's not something that we can see. So listen and follow along as I read to you. When you're basking in the sun's warmth, its energy causes chemical reactions to take place in your skin. A chemical reaction changes the molecules of a substance. The sun emits or gives off different types of light. Some types are visible and others are invisible. The sun emits infrared light, which you feel as heat, and visible light, which is what our eyes can see. The sun also emits ultraviolet light. We can't see ultraviolet light, but that's what makes someone's skin tan or burn. So right here, this is really important to me. I don't think these are interesting facts because this seems to really, this is helping me learn something. This is telling me and explaining something. So it says some types are visible and other types are invisible. It then goes into what is the visible light. So I'm going to copy this I'm going to go back to my chart, and I'm going to put this in my important facts. But along with that, it also tells us that there's ultraviolet light and that we cannot see it, but that's what makes our skin basically tan or burn, unfortunately. I'm going to copy this, but this is also going to just go in the same box because these facts go together. This is telling me what's visible and what's invisible. So it says infrared, visible, and ultraviolet lights are all types of electromagnetic radiation. This is the form of energy that makes up light, and it moves as a wave through space. We organize light in a spectrum by how long or short the waves are. This is called wavelength, and it tells us how much energy a specific type of light has. This to me is really important. The fact that wavelengths are basically how we organize our light and then how we measure it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this as well. And look how I'm copying and pasting. I'm just highlighting it, pressing Control C, going to my table and pressing Control V. There's no need for you to retype everything, so please feel free to do that as well. So it says violet is the shortest wavelength of light that we can see, and ultraviolet, which is UV light, is even shorter. The shorter the wavelength, the more energetic the wave. So I want to pop over this text feature here, this image. It says, just like the visible light, ultraviolet UV light is a type of electromagnetic radiation. This is the form of energy that makes up light, and it moves as a wave through space. Violet is the shortest wavelength of the light we could see, and UV light is even shorter. So that really gives us a great visual, especially for those who like a picture when they're learning. That's great. So we're going to continue on to understanding UV light. It says we can divide ultraviolet light into three main groups, depending on the wavelength. There's UVA, UVB, and UVC, all of which I did not know. UVC radiation has the shortest wavelength and ranges anywhere from 100 to 280 nanometers. A nanometer is 1/1000th of a meter. The radiation is completely absorbed by the ozone layer, which is a layer in the Earth's atmosphere that prevents UVC radiation from reaching the Earth's surface. Wow, that's actually really interesting here. So as important as that is about UVC radiation, I think what we need to understand is that UVC radiation is the shortest wavelength. However, it does not reach Earth's surface. So to me, this is not what's affecting our skin. So this is more so of an interesting fact that I'm going to highlight. Oops. I'm going to copy that into my table on the interesting facts side, but I also want to grab this last part, the fact that the UVC radiation does not reach Earth's surface. That's really important to me. So that's not what's affecting my skin. So then it says UVB radiation has a wavelength that ranges from 280 to 320 nanometers. It doesn't penetrate the layers of the skin well, but is primarily responsible for sunburns and suntans. It also causes mutations, which are changes to DNA or the material in our cells. That provides all the instructions to operate and copy the cell. These mutations can eventually lead to skin cancer. So I hope right away you're thinking that this is an important fact because, again, this is what's showing that it's affecting our skin. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the whole part about UVB radiation. I'm going to kind of summarize this, that this is what is penetrating the layers as well. It doesn't penetrate the layers of the skin, but it is affecting us because it's causing the suntans and sunburns. So I'm just going to write that in my own words. Causes suntans and sunburns. Also can lead to skin cancer. So then it goes on to say the last part, UVA radiation has a wavelength that ranges from 320 to 400 nanometers. Just by comparing all these nanometers, we can see that this is the longest one. It penetrates the deepest layers of the skin and contributes to sunburn and tanning, causing wrinkles, and also appears to play a role in skin cancer. So to me, UVA radiation is the most important out of these all. I'm going to put this in the same box. And this is the leading cause of skin cancer, as well as suntans and sunburns. I'm also going to put that it has the longest wavelength. I think that's an important fact that we need to know, since we were talking about UVC radiation just as the shortest one. That was more so interesting because it does not connect back to the main idea of the article, which is really what the title is saying, how it affects our skin. So the next section is really talking about the whole part of the skin cancer. So a lot of this is going to be important facts, but I want you to see how I weed through some of the interesting facts of it too. So it says your skin is composed of cells. About 1 to 2% of your skin cells are pigment cells. A pigment is a substance that produces a certain color. These pigment cells, also called melanocytes, are located in the lowest layer of the skin. When sunlight penetrates the skin, melanocytes get to work and transfer a dark pigment called melanin into surrounding cells. Ooh, look at all these words, called keratinocytes. The keratinocytes make up most of your skin. I want to stop right here. I want to digest all of this. So basically what they're telling me is how our skin is basically getting the melanin, which is causing the color or the pigmentation to it. This first part to me, though, seems just like an interesting fact. I didn't know that my skin was composed of about 1 to 2% of the pigment cells. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the table, but I'm going to put it on the interesting facts side. Now, if I wanted to continue adding to my important facts, I think it's important to highlight the fact that in our skin, to transfer the dark pigment called melanin, it has to go into the surrounding cells. So instead of just continuing on with my table, what I'm going to use is the highlight feature here, and I'm going to put that this is an important fact. So as you can see, as you're reading through the article, you really want to think to yourself, is this just a fascinating fact that's piquing my interest? Or is it something that is going to connect back and support the main idea, which is typically what the title is really saying, how ultraviolet light affects your skin? So now that I have this done, I would go ahead and move on to the quiz part of it. For today, what you're going to do, and tomorrow, you have 2 days worth, is that you're going to take a look at this article, Beyonce drops surprise single, Black Parade on Juneteenth. You're going to find it in your binder up here under assignments. You're going to read the article, and as you read through it, you're going to sort out whether it's interesting versus important facts. Think about what the title of the article is saying. Why is she dropping the surprise single? What is so important about Juneteenth? Hopefully we have a better understanding of that by the end of this article. After reading it, you're going to complete your own table that's here. You will need at least 2 interesting facts, just like I had, and 3 important facts. The last thing you're going to do is complete the quiz on Newsella that goes along with the article. If you're feeling up to it, feel free to also complete the Power Words activity that goes along with this. So here you can see activities. There's a quiz. And then also, this one actually may not offer Power Words, but if it does, feel free to do that. Sometimes my end of Newsella is different from what you're seeing. So again, today is all about interesting versus important information. You're going to sort that out to better understand what the major takeaway or the main idea of the article is.